Good evening. Welcome back. It's a beautiful Thursday here at Live Hip Hop Daily Studios, downtown Atlanta.
Yo.
As Live Hip Hop Daily and These Urban Times present Sideline Stories. Now, the trio is a duo right now, but our third Migo is on the way. The third Musketeer is on the way. So we're going to hold down the fort. B, it's a pleasure as always. How you doing today, good sir?
Hey, man, I'm good, man. About time you came back to the studio, man.
I
told you, every time for the bad, you pick somebody bad, you gonna be here.
What happened? What bad happened last week? Because Trey had 50 last week.
I talk about that. Talk about the All-Star.
So that was great.
You want to hear post All-Star? That was our first show since All-Star.
Oh, okay. Trey had a good game in the All-Star game, though.
When you talk about three-point contest, when you stank up the joint. Oh yeah, that too.
What Philly
I don't know. Whatever it was wrong. You wasn't here. I forgot exactly what it was, but you picked something about Philly and it was wrong, and then you wasn't here in that show.
I mean, Embiid and Simmons and whatnot.
Oh yeah, that too. I mean, they us watering on the bridge. Now they hurt, so you know.
Yeah, we gonna dive and talk about that. But it is great to be back here. It's great to have HREP in the building as always, and our man Groovy Lou in here rocking with us as well.
LA's finest.
Great to see him and have him in the building. Tough week in the NBA. It's been a tough month, tough year, however you want to look at things.
Let's throw the whole 2020 season away already. Throw it away.
But we did get, I don't want to say a little bit more closure, but we had an opportunity to celebrate the lives of Gianna and Kobe Bryant this past Monday on 2/24/20. And all the numbers played a part, of course. Gigi wore the number 2. Her dad, Kobe Bryant, wore the number 24. And Kobe and his wife, Vanessa, have been married for 20 years. So all of those numbers were very sentimental to the Bryants in a dope way. And it was dope. All of the tributes that went down, we saw Beyonce performing, Alicia Keys performing, playing a Beethoven piece. We also got phenomenal speeches from Michael Jordan, from Vanessa Bryant herself, a very touching, emotional speech. Rob Pelinka got up and said something. Shaq got up and said something as well. So it was a very, very well put together production and celebration as far as honoring the life of Kobe Bryant. And of course, we'll be continuing to honor the life of Kobe Bryant, I think, forever. It's a lot of dope things. I don't want to phrase this wrong or say it wrong, but if you can take something good out of a tragedy like this, there have been a lot of dope things to occur since the past. And it seems like a lot more unity amongst black men. It seems like the competition in the NBA has certainly increased. Players are taking it a lot more serious.
Play a little basketball, and some players have been having crazy performances lately.
Facts. The women's game is being highlighted a whole lot more. Not just Definitely. The WNBA professional ball, but collegiately and high school basketball. That's dope. And Rob Pelinka gave that amazing information about Kobe texting him when he was on the helicopter trying to get
about the internship, and then Scott Boras said honor it. So that's dope. Kobe's last act was doing something for somebody else.
Yeah, so that is amazing. And it's also been dope to see that the Mamba Academy facilities are still been active and in motion. Body Armor's done something for Kobe. Everyone who can has done something for Kobe. Did you get a chance to check out the service where?
Boy, I was at work and still watching it. Hey, I know one's on my phone, but hey, at that point in time, y'all be all right.
I dig it.
I was multitasking, doing what I need to do. Had the earpiece in one ear, helping somebody on the other side. You know what I'm saying? When Vanessa got up there, you tried not to, shed nothing, but it was like, all right, I'm sitting here.
It's the inevitable. It's the inevitable.
Especially when she said, take care of Gigi up there. I got the other ones down here. We still a great team. I was like, oh man, come on. Man. Then Mike got up there. It's like, cause I didn't know. I knew he was gonna probably be there, but I didn't know if he was gonna speak. Until I saw him help her down, I was like, okay, so he's in the building. I'm not surprised. Mike, he comes to events, but he want to be in the back burner. You don't want to make it about himself. Then when he got up there, he started, as soon as first 35 seconds, crying.
I thought that was real, though, that he showed his, because I know cats have always wondered just how close Kobe and MJ actually were. And like you said, he was up there balling. Like
we said, outside of him winning championships, we only seen Mike cry at the Hall of Fame speech. Mm-hmm. So it's like he said, He's gonna be a meme for the next 3 or 4 years, and lo and behold, after it was over, it became a meme. So it is what it is. But that was he had to, that was a nice little punchline he threw out there. But it was definitely great to see him, shed his expertise with his bond with him and Kobe was because, like you said, everybody wanted to be like Mike, but Kobe was close thing to Mike. So it's definitely like Kobe up there calling Mike, well, what were you doing at 12 years old with this, that, and the other? Mike's like, man, I'm trying to play baseball.
Yeah, I saw some funny memes on highlighting that. It was like it's 2:00 in the morning. Mike hit off some Henny, and Kobe called him talking about footwork and whatnot.
Footwork, like, man, I'm on his yak and his mouth hard. In the words of Shannon Sharp.
Yeah, that's hilarious. That's hilarious.
And then Shaq came up there and gave his 1-2. It was definitely well put together service. If you want to put it as a service, because I think everybody did a great job. Palinka, he's been with the man since '96. Mm-hmm. So it's only been a few people that's really been Palinka, Kobe, Vanessa, and Shaq. And Jerry West have been with Kobe literally from day one.
That's facts.
Until, the tragic ending. So it was definitely well put together, and Jimmy Kimmel did a great job.
Yeah, he did as well. Great acknowledgement on that part. Right. Yeah, giving him his love because he held it down too.
And one time, Diane Taurasi throwing a little shot at LeBron too. That was definitely fun. He said, he told Gigi had the right to left fadeaway. He said, at 11 years old, who has that? He said, LeBron don't even have that right now. Well, she's not lying. So it was definitely well put together thing. All the players that show their support. Kobe, James, Russ, Kyrie,
Steph, Draymond.
You definitely see Kobe's
Ron
influence.
Artest in the building.
LO. Like you could definitely Paul Gasol. You could definitely see Kobe's influence throughout the league from older players to now. Mm-hmm. So it definitely was a very touching thing. I hope everybody gets a little celebration to Kobe's life.
So y'all don't feel no way that no LeBron?
Nah, I don't. I didn't.
I mean,
people mourn in their own way.
I was at one point. I was like, I know he's probably. I thought he was there, but I was like, nah, because if he was there, they would have found some way to show him on TV. But they came out and said he's an emotional wreck. He don't want to make it about him because it's not about him. But you know how the media want to portray everything is. Oh, LeBron wasn't there, so X, Y, and Z. Like, no, he probably grieved. Like people grieve their own way. So he probably didn't want to be in the building and want to make it about him.
Or he could have been at the private shit.
Or that's what I thought he could have
he already
been at the funeral.
Did his shit.
So he could have definitely been there.
Well, on a lighter note, we're going to talk about some good news. Well, not good news, but just some active news is going down in the NBA. Starting with the Philadelphia 76ers. It's been a lot of, I don't want to say up and down, but it has been up and down. The Sixers have been phenomenal at home, and on the road they suck. So I guess that,
7-2-10 Lakers.
What is it? Dr. Jekyll, Mr. Hyde, or whatever.
Mr. Hyde, for real. That's definitely definition of them.
That's been kind of amazing with them having Ben Simmons and Joel Embiid. But this has been a tough week for the Sixers. Ben Simmons, we see he'll be out for at least 2 weeks. It'll be longer, but he'll be evaluated in 2 weeks with a back injury. And then Joel Embiid injures his shoulder against Cleveland. He's out currently right now as the Sixers game, and it's no active timetable. He's going to continue to get tests daily to see what's up with his shoulder. Mm-hmm. What are your thoughts on the Sixers to date and just what's going on with them?
When Ben got hurt, I was like, because outside his rookie year, he only missed 4 games. So outside of that, you could pretty much pencil Ben in night out. Joel, we know it's a toss up. He may show up, he may be hurt for, out for 2 weeks or something. But now you sign Tobias and Al Horford, you still have enough to win games. Now Brett Brown, can you coach? Hold the fort down until they come back. Don't lose no ground because, if you look at the East, Miami's been tailing off a little bit. Granted, they got new players in, and Indiana's been up and down. Now they lose Jeremy Lamb, so you still could, probably creep up to get that home court advantage. Because that's what y'all definitely need home court advantage. If you start in the 5 seed, y'all going home in the first round. So we definitely know how that goes.
That's a very fair point. I'm glad that you highlighted that because the Sixers have to find a way to keep the fort going and whatnot.
I think you still got Alex Burke. You need him to step up now. Mike Scott. I don't know I don't know if my dog fell out of the rotation. I don't know what happened. If he in Brett Brown doghouse. I don't know what he got going on. But now this Mike time he could step up. Let my dog get some minutes and let him do his thing. So you got, like you said, you still have players who go out there and get you some wins. Josh Richardson step up.
He needs to step up. He called the team out the other day, so they need to play with more heart. So
Exactly.
he need to step up and do something then as well.
I mean, them your boys.
We'll see what they do. We shall see what they do. But down in the bayou, a place that you're very familiar with, Louisiana, it's a young man from South Carolina who's literally taking the league by storm, meeting high expectations right now. He's meeting very high expectations, and then the only time I thought we would actually see a pelican fly was when Scarface was talking about it, but. On a nightly basis right now, we're seeing this young pelican fly, not only just at the Smoothie King Center, but across different arenas in the NBA. And there's been a lot of chatter, a lot of hoopla, although Zion has just recently got into the lineup and he's gotten into the flow of things. He's already exceeding records with, I believe, 10 or something, 20-point games.
Yeah, but now, I think now is 9 or 10, one or the other, with 20 and 8 or whatever it is he's averaging. I mean, hey,
young man is putting up great numbers. So,
no,
is it legitimate? The argument is being made for him to be in that Rookie of the Year race, and the Pelicans are slowly but surely creeping to that 8 seed. So, are you gonna be mad when they give him that Rookie of the Year trophy?
You know they want to. It's called Rookie of the Year, not rookie from January on.
I mean, that was your argument with Trey last year, and I wasn't buying it. Yeah, I mean, Trey got assaulted, though. He got robbed. He should have been the Rookie of the Year, but that's neither here nor there. We see that in his actions right now this season, you know what I'm saying?
How? And look at that 21 triple. We're not having that conversation right now today, okay? We see whose team is better. We see who's in the 6th seed, who's not in the playoffs right now, okay? 17 wins to 35.
It's not fair that they doing that. Because who's to say if Zion played the whole year and it's playoff time and they start creeping down because he's tired or whatever? They doing Ja dirty.
I mean, they may be, but
and also Ja's players, two of his top players are hurt right now. Now you got Brandon Clark out and Jaren Jackson. So now
the narrative is being shifted.
It is. I mean, we know how the narrative is. But it's also perfect time for Portland to go ahead and they in the 9th spot. So I think they 3 games.
Portland comes to town Saturday night.
Yeah, I need to cover that game. Let me cover that game.
They come to town Saturday night.
I need to holler at Melo
and talk to Danny.
Gotta see Melo.
Yeah, see Melo gonna come in here and give me a good 18 and 20, easy. Because they ain't my Hawks defense, but ain't no my Hawks playing no defense. So we know that. sorry to Hawks bash. But
I mean, you fine. I mean, we know how you feel, Hawks hater.
They come with money.
I ain't mad at that.
It's a difference.
I just need to know you're gonna be upset when Zion gets that Rookie of the Year, or if they try to do some co-Rookie of the Year jibber jabber.
I can see that bogusness happen. They try to do a cold Rookie of the Year because that ain't happened since.
I think Grant Hill and Jason
Kidd.
Okay,
I think that's the last time that's happened. That's
Grant Hill and Jason Kidd.
95. So
year
it's been
before
a long time since like that happened. So I mean, if they do that, whatever. Put it like this: whoever makes the playoffs will win Rookie of the Year. There it is. Yeah, I can see that. Whoever wins the playoffs.
That's facts. That's a great point. They probably will run it like that.
So let's go, Ja.
They probably certainly will run it like that. And then my guys are in L.A. right now. My guys are in L.A. Shout out to our guy Craig. He's in the building. He's going to join us momentarily in the next segment because he's in here. So as we mentioned, the trio was a duo, but our third member is now in the building. But my guys are out in L.A. One's now with the Lakers, one with the Clippers. And I don't mean Dwight Howard and Lou Williams. I'm talking about the Morris twins, Marcus and Markieff. Now,
friends of the show.
Yeah, friends of the show. Got to get them in the ABL. I'm going to persuade them to do something this year, hopefully, you know what I'm saying, to get out and show some Philly grit and some Philly love out there.
All right, so you
in the dirty South.
This ain't the Philly portion of the show right now.
But, I mean, it is slightly. Because Philly done moved to the West Coast. You know, it's happened several times before. Kobe's went out there. Will Smith went out there to Bel Air. And now we got the Morris twins out there. And but I want to ask you on a serious note. They were both big pickups recently for their selective team. Excuse me. Mm-hmm. Markieff went to the Lakers. Marcus is a member of the Clippers. Which twin do you feel will have a greater impact on their team as the season begins to close out and we get to move towards the postseason?
I think Marcus, because Marcus fits better with the Clippers than I think Markieff does with the Lakers.
Okay, and why you feel that way?
Because Markieff, granted, he's another big per se. You don't need another big for the Lakers. That's their problem.
I respect that. They need he can play the perimeter though, but I want you to make your point. So I respect that.
He can't play the perimeter, but
I respect they kind of.
But he also
they got a lot of bigs.
Brings another level of toughness that the Lakers don't have really. If you were to be honest,
that Philly grit.
Okay, so
you know what I'm saying? You acknowledge the toughness. It's that Philly grit from the Worcester playground, uptown, Germantown, Philly. What up?
So you about
what up?
Exactly. You about to write a whole freestyle right now, Meek. Go ahead.
I might just have to.
All right, so we will cut that portion out the show. But no, I think Marcus he will fit better because he fits that mentality the Clippers already have already. They're a bunch of dogs.
It takes everything. I dig it.
They got a bunch of dogs, and he's a dog, and he could get you 25, maybe a 30 piece. He was balling when he was in New York, so he was being their closer. So he doesn't really need the ball per se. Neither one of them need the ball to be effective. But I think Marcus' offensive game, they play the same. His game could fit a little bit better with the Clippers, in my per se. I thought the Clippers should have signed both of me personally.
Okay.
But I also see the Lakers try to do other than just try to get somebody else from Philly, which I don't think they should do that. But Deion Waiters.
I mean, we'll see how they go. They had a meeting Tuesday, I believe, wasn't it?
I think it's March.
Oh, this next Tuesday coming up.
Tuesday
okay,
coming up.
The second.
Yeah, and we know why, because Rob Lincoln was Deion's agent. And so,
all right, G. Lou don't look too happy about that either. None of y'all. I mean, we'll see. Get the young brother a job. J.R. Smith wants a job. He say he's better than 85% of the league right now.
That's a fact. He was in L.A. Exactly. See, that's a fact. J.R. is better than 85% bums in the league. I watched Memphis play yesterday. I didn't know half the people.
Let's go with 70. 85 is kind of high.
Yeah, I was thinking that. I was waiting. I might give it. I might do you one better and give you like 67.
67? There's a lot of people. You said 10? Oh, you just being disrespectful now, okay? We try to get him on the show. We're trying to get him on the show. We're trying to get my dog on the show. No, there really is there's a lot of people that's.
It's not 85 though. That was outlandish.
Hey man.
He talking like he mellow.
Yeah, he was talking like he was Henny Smith in that moment. Like,
hey man, hey. I'm trying to get my dog on the show. All right.
He can still come on. He can still come on.
All right, let's say. All right, let's say we go for 70. Okay, cool.
Yeah,
70.
we give him a cool 70.
70. I mean, there's a lot of terrible NBA players that's really playing right now.
There are a few young terrible NBA players, but
go look at that Memphis roster that we just saw. That
all we got to do is go.
Hey, come on, man! Don't. If George Hill made the free throw, we would never be in this situation. George Hill's fault. Blame him.
Oh, damn.
He missed the free throw. JR never got the rebound and went back the other way.
Got another moment, so I can't give him 85. I'm going to go with 70, though.
I'll go 70.
I'm going to go with 70.
That's fine. That's cool.
And before we close out our basketball portion of tonight, we'll continue to talk about NBA royalty and come back over here to the East Coast and that team up 95 in Boston, in Beantown, as they say. And the Boston Red Sox, the Boston Celtics. The young brother from St. Louis is looking phenomenal.
I don't know what
the former Duke Blue Devil, Jayson Tatum. Year 3 for Jayson Tatum. Maybe his growth was stunted slightly with Uncle Drew on his team, just because of Uncle Drew being so ball dominant. But we're seeing young Tatum kind of evolve into elite status and possibly superstar status if he can continue this up into the postseason. What are your thoughts of Tatum's recent streak? He's had over 30, I believe, in 4 straight games, and he's been the closer. He's been handling his business. He almost was able to pull out a win against a very tough Los Angeles Lakers team last Sunday on ABC. What are your thoughts on what Tatum is doing in his first All-Star season? He's showing us that Boston has, once again, another superstar in the making.
So I'm going to throw a name out that people may not be between him and Jalen. What they are reminding me of.
Okay.
A young Antoine Walker and Paul Pierce. In the sense of Paul Pierce is kind of, they both kind of game not the same. They game kind of similar in the sense they don't move fast. They footwork is amazing. Their mid range game is crazy. In Jayson Tatum and Paul Pierce, and they get buckets because you seen Jayson Tatum had 37 or 41 against the Lakers, and then 34 last night. He's kind of taking that Paul Pierce, next
I think
step.
he a better scorer than Paul Pierce, though.
Paul Pierce is underrated.
Paul Pierce was a bad boy. He was slightly underrated, but Jayson Tatum he's a little more polished, I think.
I think
he's a little more polished. As you were talking about, like the footwork and things. Tatum, just to be so young, his game is so polished already.
Those two kind of remind me of young Antoine and young
Okay.
In the sense of, of the wings, and they have great wings in Boston's legacy. Jalen's finally coming on, taking a defensive role and playing, getting his buckets as well. So they definitely have a nice 1-2 punch. They just need Kimber to get healthy, and they can make a little noise. And Gordon Hayward, if you get anything out of him,
Well, I'm gonna give our guy Mecca some love. He does Cash Color Cannabis every Tuesday night here at Live Hip Hop Daily. We were talking off air from him doing his show. He's a Boston native. He's a big Boston Celtics fan, and we were talking and just talking a little basketball, NBA talk, and he mentioned the Celtics. Of course, he had the Celtics coming out of the East, and he threw out there though a scenario where he was like, if Gordon Hayward would just accept the role as a sixth man. And when he said, I say, you know what, yo, I got to give you some. That was a hell of a,
that's really what happened. I won't say that's really what stunted Jalen and Jayson's growth last year. I don't think it was more or less Kyrie. I think soon as Gordon came back from injury, you threw him right back in the starting lineup, and then you take Jalen, put him on the bench, and then now these two just took you to the Eastern Conference Finals. Mm-hmm. And now we know Gordon is Brad Stevens' boy. That's the reason why he got the job, if you want to be honest.
Yeah, that's fact.
So you helped your boy out, and now and he's $100 million man, the Great White Hope, and you put him back in the starting lineup. So I don't want to say more so, like you said, it was Kyrie's stunting that growth. I think it was the whole turmoil of putting
throwing Hayward back out there.
And he wasn't really healthy last year. And this year he's getting back to form, but he just take the role of being the sixth man. And you could go with the lineup with Kemba, Jalen, Marcus Smart, Jayson Tatum, and Tice. And then you have a nice little five right there. And you could have Gordon come off the bench.
Yeah, so that wasn't bad. Shout out to Mecca once again when he like I said, when he threw that to him, I'm like, damn, that's a hell of a strategy right there. Like he was chilling with Brad Stevens or something. We got a lot more show to talk about though here. We're gonna head on to some NFL news and things in a little while. We're gonna take a brief break, and our man Craig is gonna join us so that we get the trio in the building. And we'll find out what's going on here with the combine. We'll find out what's going on and some things in the NFL. We'll talk about the fight that took place in Vegas and everything that went down with that, and if the Black Knight can get itself together and give Tyson some true fury. So you're tuned in right now. I'm Terrell Thomas. We got B right there. Craig will sit with us in one moment. We're live at the Live Hip Hop Daily Studios. These Urban Times present Sideline Stories. We'll be right back.
This fool said.